There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try.
Welcome, my yogi friends. My name is Kristal. Today we are going to be doing again style practice with some restorative aspects and components to it, minus any props. You will not need any props for this practice we'll be doing together. We are going to focus a lot on the lower back, the hips. Really great option for the end of the day, sitting at a desk or even on your feet all day. So we focus a lot on the breath, calm the nervous system so that we can reach those deep kinds of layers. So start in a comfortable seat, mat, find a long spine. I'm going to start by inviting you to close your eyes. You turn your gaze inward. Just start to notice your breath. Breathing in. Know you're breathing in. Breathing out. Know you're breathing out.
But I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings or brings new things. For tomorrow night you see that they'll be gone too. Too many
Nourishing sensation. Deep breath in. Cleansing sensation. Breath out.
I was somewhere in between with only two, just me and you. Not so many things we got to do, or places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the main tree.
Physical sensation. Just moments. Be one with your breath.
We're somewhere in between together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Follow the path of your breath. Just for a few more moments. And let you drop with you to your mat.
So pretty when I sleep, hey now and when I wake up, you look so pretty, sleeping next to me.
Start to invite some small dynamic movement to begin. I invite you here, open up your arms wide. Feel the heart space expand. Your exhale, close your arms, hugging your chest in. Squeeze, almost rounding of the spine. Inhale, back open. Exhale, hug it all in. Continue going through this a few more rounds, just opening up the spine, nice gentle movement. Moving at the pace of your natural breath. Come to a neutral stance. You're going to find a twist of the spine here. So inhale your arms up and overhead and really create space. Exhale, take your left hand to your right knee. Find a gentle twist looking over your right shoulder. Don't need to take it to its max depth. Begin. A couple of breaths. Inhale, come back to center. And then take it to the other side. A couple breaths on each side. Inhale, come back to center. This time we're going to take a side bend. You're going to drop your right hand outside your right hip. That left arm is going to come up and over, finding that side body stretch on the left side. Staying with your breath. Inhale, now come back to center. You find length here. Crown of your head, maybe you look to the ceiling. And exhale takes you to the side bend over. Right arm up and over, left hand down on the mat. Inhale, come to center. Hands, palms together to heart center. Close your eyes. Reconnect here. The physical body. trust the physical space as you honor your body, your mind, and your breath. Start to transition coming into a tabletop. So you're going to come onto all fours. Your wrists are going to be somewhat directly under your shoulders here. Your feet and tops of your feet touch the mat, knees under your hips. Ground down in all 5 fingers. Find a long neck, extension of your spine. You might notice your core belly has a slight engagement here. Take a few more moments to connect, feeling the support of the ground beneath. And move through a few rounds of what we call cat and cow. You inhale, your belly is going to drop close towards your mat. Slight tilt of the pelvis, lift with the crown of the head. Then your exhale domes out your spine as you draw your chin towards your chest. Continue moving at the pace of your breathing. Your inhale and your exhale. Inhale, exhale it out. Back to a neutral spine. This time, we're gonna just give a little love to our wrists, our ankles. So I'm just gonna invite you here to tuck your wrists under without putting your body weight into it. A gentle stretch of the wrist, turn it each direction. We'll switch sides, tucking it under.
This wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street.
This time, extend your right foot, your leg behind you, tucking your right toes, getting a nice little stretch. Half, feel it even in my lower back, a little in my glute here. Then draw it in and take it to the other side. And draw it in. This time, I'm going to do some dynamic movement here. So you're going to inhale, your right arm comes up and overhead. Circle out your wrist. You're going to circle out your wrist with an open hand, all directions, and then make a fist. Circle it out. You reach those ligaments and tendons and joints. Notice how tight it is. With that arm elevated, you're going to thread, but without coming down. So you typically see that thread the needle, but move through some dynamic movement here, just connecting breath to movement a little. Exhale, thread. Inhale back up. Couple more times. And bring it down. We'll switch sides. Left hand comes up. Circle it out with an open hand. And make that fist both directions. Then find that thread. Inhale. Exhale down. A couple more times through. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to a neutral. Reground down in all fingers. We're going to come to our inversion of our downward facing dog just for a couple rounds of breath here. So you're going to tuck your toes. Start to press into your palms firmly, gently lifting up to that upside down letter V, your downward facing dog. Once you get here, it might feel good to pedal out your feet. Maybe you bend your knees. I like to shake my head yes, no, but I like to end it on a yes, on a positive. Staying with my breath here. And drop my heels to one side and then to the other. Do that one more time each side and over. And gently start to come back down to your tabletop. We're going to take our first yen shape this evening. So you're going to bring your knees about the width of of the mat. I'm going to let you determine that once we get settled here. My toes are touching. I like to say kiss the toes. Coming to a child's pose. So this is an extended child's pose where I'm going to drop my bum back towards my heels, arms extended. Take a moment working to get my bum closer to my heels, allowing my heart to my chest to naturally melt towards my mat. Arms extended, and rest my forehead. And this is where you settle. Taking the opportunity to expand levels of comfort past your boundaries. Use the saying, as long as there's no pain, we remain. You feel it, you're doing it. Spend a few moments in each shape using our natural breath. Relax the muscles, calming the nervous system where we can reach our deep connective layers.
It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for.
Take notice of where you feel your breath and your physical body in these shapes. And keeping that focus, that attention on your breath.
Living life for peace. You and you may say that I'm a dreamer, but I am not.
So important to take these moments of pause, finding stillness, especially if you're doing this practice at the end of the day. Self-care.
Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for
Sometimes I like to turn my head if I'm not in a true yin practice, holding these shapes for 3 to 5 minutes. Finding true stillness. I will massage my third eye, turn gently side to side. You are your own best teacher. You listen to your body, what it needs in those moments. That's the practice. Just take a few more minutes here.
But I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Have you start to walk your hands to the top right edge of your mat, just finding a gentle stretch. Take about 2 to 3 rounds of breath up here. Walk your hands back to center and then take it to the left side. As you come back to center, you start to slowly slither forward, coming onto your belly. Legs are extended long, propping yourself up on your elbows. Tops of my feet are touching my mat. I have very slight engagement. It's not overly engaged, but you definitely want to soften the buttocks, my shoulders, be mindful to ensure they don't roll forward. Lift up through the front of your head. Right away, you probably feel that compression in your lower back. Send your breath, breathe into those spaces. These transitions, these shapes that we take in between our longer held shapes are equally as important, if not more important. Taking notice of sensation. 2 to 3 breaths here. You alignments in your practice, and you want just a little bit more for that lower back. You can straighten your arms, even take it half bent into cobra, seal. You tilt your head back, your nose to the ceiling, as long as your cervical spine feels supported here. Slowly, gently lower down and press yourself coming up onto a seat. Once you get to your seat, I'm gonna come to the side here so you can see different angles. You're gonna extend your legs out in front of you. I'm gonna bring them a little bit wider. We're not touching here, but not quite as wide as the mat, but you do you. You're gonna come into a forward fold. So find a nice neutral spine to begin. Toes are facing the ceiling. I like to inhale up here, finding length in my spine, breathing space. I felt my sits bones ground in right away. And my exhale is gonna fold forward, allowing my hands to fall wherever they fall without taking the shape to its next step. Being mindful to ensure my breath has not shifted away from its natural state. Drop the crown of my head and close your eyes. And come back to your breath. You may realize in these shapes your body, each full complete breath draws closer to your max. The objective isn't to touch my toes or extend past my toes. Feel it to my lower back here.
You can't see, but you can smell, and the sound of waves crash down. I am no Superman. I have no reasons for you. I am no hero.
When you're in these yin style shapes, the moment your focus, your attention draws away from the breath, acknowledge that, allow those thoughts to appear and then drift on by.
Where do you go? Are you looking for answers to questions?
Give yourself the gift of a few more rounds of breathing here in this fold.
You are growing weary. You can rest with me until a brighter day. You're okay. I am no Superman. I have no answer.
And very slowly, moving slower than you probably want to, start to walk your hands and breathe back your spine. At this point, it might feel good to place your hands directly behind your bum as you open wide through your shoulders or collarbones. Lift your head and your gaze to the ceiling again if your cervical spine feels safe and supported here. Even a little more, you've got a couple options. Do a full reverse plank or a reverse tabletop. Slowly lower back to your bum, windshield wiper your knees side to side. A couple more rounds. Come back to center. You're going to start to lower yourself onto your back. Once you arrive there, I invite you to hug your knees into your chest. In your practice, wrap your arms around. I like to lift my head up. Step and rock side to move to our next shape here. You're going to extend your left leg long and straight, keeping hold of your right knee. I like to hug it in here. Sometimes if my hips feel open and okay, let's open it up, feel it right, lower back, like glute. And hug it back in. I'm going to scooch to the side of my mat and start to take a twist. My right knee crossing over the right arm. You have this space wherever you're at. So your right arm comes out perpendicular. Turn your chin towards your right shoulder. Your eyes are blinked open. Just find a gentle gaze or close your eyes. Quality inhales and your exhales. Take about 5 more rounds of breath. Out of this shape, slowly start to untwist as you roll your hips back onto your mat. Bend at the knees, finding that windshield wiper motion side to side. Keeping these dynamic movements slow, steady, and intentional. Start to shift to the other side. Right leg extends this time, taking hold of my left knee, driving it up. Again, find what works for your physical body, wherever you're at, put yourself there. Steady. You'll start to take your twist to the other side. Left knee crosses over. Make use of your physical space. Your left arm comes out perpendicular. I turn my chin towards my left shoulder. My shoulders are still grounded on my mat. Stillness. Not just stillness of the physical body, but stillness of the mind. Notice that one side feels a little different than the other. Just a few rounds here. As much time as you need.
When I look into your eyes,
You're ready to come out of this final twist. Start to roll your hips. Nice slow movement onto your mat. Reshift here. Windshield wiper gently side to side. Find that the slower, more intentional I am with this somatic movement of the knees, the better, deeper it feels. Stillness here. I take just a couple of rounds of bridge pose. My palms are going to stay on my mat. You do have the option. It feels better to extend those arms up and overhead here. I'm just going to find a gentle lift little engagement of the glutes, not working on about 5 or so here. You try different variations. You walk with heels in. The beauty of all of our bodies is get to feel things, looking all different. Finally, before we come to our final rest, we're going to come into a version of Happy Baby. So I'm going to give a couple of variations. Again, starting points. Here, you can bring your hands to the inside or the outside. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you're here tonight. Okay. A somewhat fuller variation here. Feels good to rock gently, very softly driving my feet down, rocking gently side to side, get each side of my lower back. We did intend for us to work, we didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not, and who I am. So playful and childlike. Smile, facing you, turn the corners of your mouth. Yes, smile. We've come to the time in our practice to rest. To Shavasana, and extend the legs out straight and long. Palms up. You receive palms down if you're using grounding. Take a scan from the crown of your head. Soften your brow. Deep. Find space and deep. Not clenching your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Your pelvis, hips fall heavy. Loosen your knees. Ankles and wrists just melt. In a few moments here, rest. Makes me wanna lose myself in your arms. There's something you're needing more time to rest. Always welcome to turn the video off and stay in Shavasana as long as you need, but when you're ready to come out, just find a long body stretch, fingertips down to my toes, hug my knees back in, and doing gentle rock side to side. Eventually find a rock on the long edge of my mat, and coming up to my seat as we feel our practice together. Honor yourself, your body, your mind, heart, and your soul. Namaste.